What is going on, you sexy Facebook mother lovers? Today, we have a special treat for you. Hopefully, it's a special treat. We think it's a special treat, but you never know until you know, you know? But, 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 with that being said, we do have a couple new sponsors on deck. So just in case you can't see them on the board or pick them out, we got Pro Audio Center. We got DC Audio on the bottom. And we got Game Changer Car Audio, which we don't have their file yet. Rock and roll, that's right. So we do think that everything is hooked up accordingly. We'll definitely wait for a few folks to get in to start looking for the peak frequency. We'll kind of go over things like we normally do.
Feels like it's been so long since we last had a test.
Yeah, it has been a while. Should we do whole numbers and then we'll do half numbers? Oh shit! Wait,
Yeah.
we can start. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I'm saying. So the only thing I'm not too sure of is, let's see that voice coil sensor moved from 63 degrees, so that might need to be unplugged. It's a little close to the motor. 59. Leave that down. Let me go and plug it. What is up, Andy? See, I told you I would forget to text you. He said, text me before you go. Right. You probably forget, but all right.
This is your reminder, Andy. We're going live.
In case you needed a reminder, this is your reminder. Yeah, see that? I think the sensors. So you did, and I was waiting and ready. Yeah, I don't think the sensor's really reading the old hootenanny correctly as far as the temp's concerned. Kind of look weird. Oh no, it is jiggling a little.
I saw it move from 65 to 64 level.
Just a tickle. Carlos the Cone Killer's back at it again. We're gonna see Dave. Maybe the M series has a little something in it.
And we have no Gorilla Tape.
We have a little Gorilla Tape. We have a lot of CA glue and a lot of activator. We're not going to be able to put a whole roll on. We've just been super busy. We'll start at volume 50 or track 59. This is the Usagi soundtrack. Yeah, what's going on? Let me go check to make sure that everything is A-OK on this side. Green lights. They might be red. They look like they're green. The CBL on. Turn lab is connected. Start out with a 50-watt sweep like we normally do. Ain't getting nothing. Well, I guess I have to turn up the volume to have a little bit of output, huh?
Yeah, that will help.
Sounds like we're all kinds of rusty. All right. So it's power times. So we were originally going to run this up at a quarter with 2 amps. That's car audio stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and do half an ohm per amp times 4. Start out real light at 70, 52. And that's just 3 frequencies. So this is track 59 of the Usagi soundtrack. 60. 1. So it's definitely in the 60s, at least at lower volume. So we'll cue up the point frequencies. We'll get started. So where should we start at? Whatever. I'm sorry. Can you let 10 psi out the tires? Maybe. Can do. And that we got about 85 psi in there. All right, so we're currently going to be at 61 for track 9, 10, track 11, track 12, 13, 14, track 13, doing 153 at 6.4. It's 3. I think it's between track 13 and 10. We'll go ahead and reset that real time. That's track 13. 54.79 at the 91. 7A at 91. Okay, 55 watts, 54.25. 4.4. Seems like it likes track 13. Track repeat. Mic is choppy again for me. I don't think it's. Let me see if I can kill. All right. So can you guys hear us any better?
What about now?
Is that any better, Kevin? Yeah, I think one of our microphones got damaged from one of the many demos. I think that's kind of the issue that we were running into. So we're stuck at track 13. It does look like the PF went up to similar, but it's between 12 and 13. We're gonna go ahead and queue it up. We'll do a peak hold. It does look like the temp sensor is working, so that's good. Power is times 4 because it is 4 amps. We'll take it up to about 500 watts, and we'll see where things end up. And here we go. So at 570 watts, we're doing a 165.78. That's got to be at 0.963. That is 14 volts, 40 amps in total. And
the temperature sensor is working.
Yeah, so it's going up. So that's definitely a good thing. We did bring the voltage up. It was sitting prior to hooking the sub up about 14.8. So that low power supply was not having a good time, is what I'm saying. But like I said, that's the Z on it. So we'll go ahead and we appreciate possibly Blake. It's the way that the baskets are kind of designed. They're a little bit up. It's not necessarily the best conditions. Saludos, Nestor. So Temp's sitting pretty at 75 degrees. I think it's safe to say that we can reset this meter, take it up to 1,000 and see where we're at. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Here we go. At 1,192 watts, we got a 168.95 voice coil sensor. Looks like it is reading at about 84 degrees, so it's not too toasty. And while that kind of settles down and does its thing, we'll go ahead and talk about our star sensors. So last video, you guys straight killed it in the stars. It looks like we even went to the back, and
You almost.
I did do it.
You erased it?
But it's not that bad of a race, so don't get too upset. I try and I try. Eventually, I will always be wrong. So, let me just take a little of this water, and we'll go ahead and talk about our star senders. So, you guys killed it last video, and we really appreciate every single one of you. At the top, we got Jacob Fuller, we got Alan, we got Charles, Michael, Miguel, Stephen, Duncan, Dion, Nilo Williams with Nilo Media, Brian.
Adrian, Panera.
We got Chris, Samuel, Nathan. We got Donald, William, Daniel, Juan, Anthony, THF. We got Julian, Mike, Jerry, Taylor. Tony, Eric, Scott, THF. We got John Hart with Audio Ace. We got Thomas. We got.
That's the whole name.
Oh, my bad. Thomas Bumpin' Tahoe Strickland. We got Carl, Josh, Thomas, Adam, Car Guru, and we got Chad, Timmy, Mike, Richard with the Chalk Wagon. We got Zachary, Spencer, Jenny, Nick, Tyler, AC, TBO. And we got Stefan. And on the back side, we got Adams, Lewis, Kenneth, Chris, and Yuchi.
A lot of repeats here on this board, so we really appreciate your guys' support.
What's going on? Craig Ball with Vegas style. So we'll whack it with 2,000 watts. We'll let it chill, and then we'll kind of talk about our sponsors. Hopefully, you guys can definitely hear us better. I'm working on an LED interface so you can have actual temp, but RGB coincide with the temp. That'd be really cool, Nilo. So if you guys don't know already, we got Nilo Williams with Nilo Media. And on the left side, you can see the sensor that we provided for the show. This is a single sub temp sensor, and it doesn't really show up too crispy on this janky webcam, but it does show up in person, and it's really sharp to the eyes. On the right side, we got the HPV meter, which is provided from lfaudio.com. So we'll smack it with 2,000 watts after we reset the meter, and we'll see where we end up. Tagging fools this weekend. I heard Vegas Style went out to Fresno, and they took quite the trophy array from all the classes and all the things. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and wait till this track resets and hit it with 2,000 watts.
Yeah.
2,200. 2,200?
Yeah.
Should we just do like 6K? No? You don't want to? Here we go. So on 2,050 watts, it does look like we got a PF 696, 27 volts, 78 amps. We did rise to 1.321 per amp. The peak is still at, or the track is at 13. We're doing good so far, right?
Yeah, so far so good. 70 on 2000 watts.
70 on 2000 watts is not too terrible, yeah, that's me.
Started looking good inside.
Is it starting to crinkle on us or not yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
So meanwhile, we let that deal do its thing. It does look like it reached up to 90 degrees. We'll see if we can get back down to about the 80s and not the 70s. We'll take a second and talk about our sponsors. What do you think? So let's talk about the new sponsors to begin with. We got Pro Audio Center. That sticker will be great. Not a real estate on there, but it's really been tricky to find a little bit of time around here. But anywho, we got DC Audio just below the sub, and that also will have on the new board. We got MSA Car Audio, that's Main Street Auto and Tire.com/MSA Car Audio. So they did send in the fancy sticker, but being that we're going to be switching out the board, I don't want to that really. The next one up, we got Boland's Audio. He does some car audio out of Northern California. We got Jones Subwoofer Solutions just above them. We got Sundown Audio. To the, I guess just above them, we got Shit on Car Audio with apparel stickers. Just like five stops constantly have to be shit. We got Puns Custom just above them. We got DJ Dirty Bass Dead Center. To the left, we got HumpAudio.com. Just below that, we got FICarAudio.com. That's the speaker. And X. Just below that, we got Nilo Media. Above both of those, we got Audio Ace. Just above the left, we got F Audio. To the right, we got Send It Squad with Matthews and Troy. And above them, we got Big Style. We out here represented. Far right, we got the Chop Wagon. To the far right with the chopped off ear that eventually we will recut, we got Mobile Audio Network. So Mobile Audio Network sent in 2 subs. One of them unfortunately got damaged in shipping, but we're kind of going through the FedEx claim there, and they sent in a FU Audio 750. Just to the left of them, we got Outcast Audio out of Texas, and he does ship to the lower 48 of a bunch of major brands. To the left, we got Team Bass Outlaws with
Missouri, Kansas chapter.
And just below them, last but not least, we got David Berger Designs. So he does custom belts, and he also does custom designs too. So I think I've been.
Fix that camera. It's
Which
all
one?
the O-scope one.
It's crooked.
It's chicken that.
And just the tip. Alrighty, so it does look like we dropped down to about 75 degrees on the sensor. I think get it up to 4,000 plus is it, and we'll go from there. Maybe after this hit, we'll go in and talk about the folks in the chat. Something new. Let's see if there's any questions or any concerns. We'll go from there. We got about 4 seconds on the track reset.
You're in the mood for talking today, huh?
I think so. Here we go. 4,000 watts. About 4,000 watts. We did a 170.25. Temp is at 160 degrees. Voltage is at 15.13.
It's because I'm closer to the mic. He's just like a mile away.
I am not a mile away. What's going on, Brad? We are doing mighty fine this evening. How about I don't have high hopes. Why not, Josh? You see good things coming out from this lower power. Jeremiah Big stuff here in the house. That's all we can ask for, Brett. That's all we can ask for. We got Mr. David Berger with DB Designs. What broke on the Frankenhofer? It looks like from what we looked into, one of the coils did on it. That's what caused the test system. He says, my concern is I haven't heard a from a Modelo. If you play back the video, the very few little seconds, it's probably why I keep talking. But the amps here are safe and sound. So it's 4 amps, but the amps are at half an amp. So should be plenty of ride for them. James, eventually. Like I said, we've been running around. I know Sundown has had it's with us for the past almost 3 weeks. So we eventually got to get the Sundown U Recon. We have the drop in for the HDX4 that's been here for a little bit. We actually have one more on the way. Yeah. We got some exciting news from the folks at DC. No, not DC. Yeah, DC and DD. In terms of the 3.0 and a special little woofer that DD's out. So we'll. There's one to my left. And I guess you could show them a little teaser of does that say Avatar? It says Def Fonts on it. I don't know. It's like Def Fonts Avatar Dual One. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. It does look like that temp is coming down. That's me. So what?
It's quite steadily.
Well, it's coming down quite steadily. I mean, it's not dropping like it's hot. You know, it's just quite steadily just dropping. My son's wearing off of me. Yeah, because that's something that JC would be saying at this point. We're eventually doing the 3.9, James. Eventually. I promise. I we'll make it happen. Make it happen before we go on vacation.
Yeah.
We have. Pretty soon, you guys are gonna have like daily uploads. We're gonna be stepping all over all the series and podcasts and stuff on Facebook because we're leaving to where we go. So we have to go to work and like
yeah, very hard workout.
What we got so far? So far we did a 72 on 4K. Went to the Dominican Republic. And also, but it's still going down. You gotta give it like a bit. If we can plateau at about 80 degrees, I think we'll be good. Nick, that sounds like back breaking is what it sounds like. An Inhuman, I think, weighs more than I do. So we'll go ahead and not do that. The RMS on this unit, I believe, comes in at 2,500 watts. I could be wrong, but Andy, if you can just find
this is Chad's loud.
That is Chad's loud. But I think I've been yapping enough. We got about 79, 80 degrees. Take this thing to 8K.
Yeah, but
all right.
Switch the cam.
So we will take this up to Chad was asking RMS, X Max, and coil size on the Trinity. Mr. Andy. What's going on, brother? I remember you. So we got about 10 seconds on the track reset, and we'll be stopping at about 8,000 watts. Here we go.
I mean, it didn't go,
That's
but
good.
you could see it. A little, yeah.
No, I didn't, James. Why do you say that?
You forget me?
It's around. Don't look happy, Mr. Blake says. So far we're at a 173.28.
What are your own guesses? What do you think it's gonna do?
It's not done. What's something to What's not taped on, Andy? Oh, I just got that.
Oh,
To be honest, that's around. Yeah, this seems like it's still holding. You can double check the frequency to see where we're at, but it definitely looks like it's steadily going up.
yeah, you can receive it.
We could try resweeping it. See. Dust caps around, clone still in place. Shots. All right, so we got about track down at track 12, 149, 17, 13, 149, 21, track 14, 149. So that's, I mean, that's track. Because track 12 is just slightly lower, and track 13 for the same power. What? About the same.
Yeah.
It's actually higher, 0.05 higher. Christopher Allen says the end is near. So let me see. Go real time and see which one's happier on the PS. 0.92. 926. 925. So it goes up slightly at track 12. Yeah. Do.
Look at the scores here.
Trying to see where she's ending up at.
Well, what did you do?
She's at 74.
Okay.
I think it is 74. What was that last hit? Does anybody remember?
I'm gonna peek hold it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the temperature drops. 173.28. Temp is
173. Okay, so
steadily
we are
dropping.
right below the scar right now. Ugh.
And
That's
it's less power too, huh?
The sub that was not beating. We're gonna call it.
This car. That's terrible.
Hey, wasn't the guy the lion from the Lion Kings the
Name
evil one?
Scar too, yeah, because he had a scar on his face, and he killed Mufasa.
Killed our ants.
He killed their ants too. That's terrible. My Lanta. That's terrible. Because he killed the hero. It left the scar on the ass.
And in our hearts. I'm not gonna lie, every time he turns it up now, I have PTSD.
Cringe a little bit?
Yeah, I'm like
I'd be interested in a DVX for shits and giggles.
hey, we're gonna be running a sub this Tuesday, huh? So we'll be real quick actually. You know how we've
Tuesday?
been slacking?
Maybe Monday.
Tomorrow?
With the backlog that we got of subs. He says shit on scars so I can have a beard. So the real question is, what's up with your 15.1 input voltage? Well, we started charging it, and it only got this far. It went up 0.3 volts.
Yes. 100%.
When is Crossfire? Crossfire is going to be coming up this Saturday. So if anybody of you guys are in town in Las Vegas, Nevada, we're going to be testing it after CES. So it's going to be the weekend after.
It's this coming Saturday.
Yeah, it's this coming Saturday. So we're going to be testing a Neo sub from them. Details going to be dropping tomorrow. We're supposed to get the box soon. What actually happened to sound checks subwoofer? One of the quad coils opened up, shorted. I don't think it shorted. I think it just opened up, and it did its thing. Didn't agree. Absolutely, Nick. So for this season, we are currently booked for subs, but definitely for season 2, if you send a sub in, send me the return label, and you get it back. When are you going to show us a test with the sub that you normally test in the van? So we're going to show you a test here, hopefully in 4 days, with the sub that we tested that we used to run in the van 3 years ago.
3.9.
3.9. So, I mean, if that answers your question, my old subs are sold, so we can't beat on them anymore. But I think we've done jabber jabbered enough. We should turn this thing up to maybe 10,000 watts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or should we do 12,000?
Either one.
Either or you're
Andy,
clinching.
10, 12, 10, 12. Andy?
What do you want to see, Andy? You want to see 10,000 or you want to see 12,000?
And by the way, thank you to Sky High Car Audio for sending the sub in.
Stop at 10. I might stop at 10 if that's what you want to see. You say 10 and do 19. Hey, we have enough power on tap right now at this exact moment to do at least 12,000. Just scared. Scar Audio.
Don't even say that name.
Don't say that name before a burp.
I bet you can't do 11K, he says.
Who?
Andy.
Who said that? 11,000? Bet. We're letting the meter reset. And here we go. He was right.
Hey, that's a round holding.
So if I would have held that a little bit longer, it would have built a little bit more pressure up, and it would have been pay up, sucker. Now, if I would have held that just a tickle longer, it would have built the pressure and been flatter. Not yet, John. It still seems like with more temp, it is going up. So right now, got to do it again. That was too fast. Yeah, I didn't hold it, Aaron. I done bamboozled it. I seen the 13K and I went straight down because it only goes downhill from here. So this is track 12. We were burping track 13 earlier. So I think she has a little bit more in her. We're letting the temp go down just a tickle. Voltage is looking like it's sitting pretty at 15.09. Temp on the voice coil is reading about 120 degrees.
And the band moves a little bit different with this.
It does, doesn't it?
Like out here.
Yeah.
It does like a
little shimmy, a little shake. But the surround is still holding. Did you let the air out of the tires to cut the rise? Not yet, Andy. We haven't gotten that far. Scarf for the win? I wouldn't say for the win. It took 2 amps out, and this one is still playing, so there's that. But we're steadily climbing down. Is that a thing? Steadily climbing down? I guess we could be climbing down.
You can climb down. Yeah, 100%.
How's the H series doing, Carlos Rodriguez? It's doing just fine in the corner, Andy. Are you asking how is the comparison to the M series? Don't have to remove screws this run. Yeah, last time it was nothing but joy. So it does look like the Trinity Audio H series was doing a 78 on 18,000 watts. Ugh, I don't even want to get that high on power.
Oh, but we will if we have to.
Oh, we will. If it holds it, we will get it. How many times did we smack that sub? We smacked that sub a lot. As far as the H series is what you're talking about. So we ran the H series literally over and over and over and over and over and over, and it didn't blow. We even had a part 2 because we smacked that sub so many times. Right. And then we did a money grab with it, and there was no surround failures, no dust cat failures. There was no none of that. When are you testing the SAV2? So I think that is currently 4 subs down. We have the JSS 600 ounce to test. We got the HDX3 to test. Possibly a 3.9. This Saturday we have a Crossfire. And then the SA.
We might have to do 2 subs this weekend or this Saturday.
2 subs this Saturday.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Gotta knock them out.
But what if we take the van to work Friday, run it? It would have to be Thursday then, huh? But we can't Thursday because Juan Carlos's guitar.
What's the temperature looking like?
So the temp's down to about 92 degrees now. So we are just about at the okay level to send this thing again. We're going to creep down to about 80 degrees. So I think that was kind of the trick. Either that or mic number 2 is unhappy and needs to go back to road. Because what's the temps inside the cabin? So it's priced in about 60 degrees, Stanley.
What are you going to hit it with next? The same? 13?
I'm going to try to stop about 15,000. That's the goal, and let it sit there for about 2 or 3 seconds. Out the wheel for that. I think these are like the budget series Rode mics, and I think it was from Lewis's Suburban. I don't think it likes 60s on music. Do 20K, Felicia says.
20K. She's trying to see stuff fly.
She's trying to see stuff fly. And I'm not just yet. 15K, so he's about to burp 30K. What's in Lewis's Suburban? He has nothing but Trinity Audio on that thing.
He's doing a 39 at 4 watts.
It's been doing a 39 for the past 2-3 minutes. All right, so we're about 80 degrees. I think that is a-okay to smack this thing with 15,000. We'll let it sit there for a second, and then we'll drop it back down. And without further ado, we'll let this track reset like we usually do. Volume is at 53, and we'll see where we end up.
PTSD kicking in.
Woo! 50K and do, then come back and do full knob. Where can you get the temperature reader? You can get that from nilomedia.com. Let that pressure build. Yeah, last time I got a little gun shy and turned it down real quick like. So we got about 10 seconds on the burp, and we will get this track reset. You ready?
Yeah.
Get set. And we're live. No, we're not. All right. And we're live. 15,000 watts.
17K. What's doing? Watching it?
No. I was not watching the oscope.
Weird looking 15K.
Just a tickle.
The Trinities are like the silks that never die.
It's a burp, so a lot of lower wattage subs. Well, so I think now we're about hitting compression on this unit. So yikes. I don't even think we're going to get us over a 75. So right now, as it sits, we are, where are we at on the list?
On the list?
So at a 74.6, it is just under the SCAR DDX15.
What frequency is this?
So this is track 12. This is let's see. It's not showing. 60.1 hertz. Almost
60.1.
said don't beats the SCAR. We can try going up a frequency and see what that does. The temp reading is at the top of the voice coil, Justin. What do you want to see, Andy? You want me to go up a frequency? It pulls temp for the top windings of the coil. So some subs, it does it on the center-ish. This one is essentially on the top windings. Could play with what? Time for the beans, Mr. Christopher says. Yeah, let's try it down is my hunch. You want to go down 1 hertz? So you want to do track 11, which is 60.000. All right, we're at track 60.00000. It doesn't get any more zeros than this.
0, 0, 0, 0.
0, 0, 0. Is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we'll let that temp come down just a tickle. And we will be giving her the beans. And he said 0.0000002.
Maybe 0.000001. What do you have against that poor little whiteboard?
But it keeps getting thrown around at me. Made it in time for the beans. Break the knob off. I don't think I want to break the knob off on this. Can you give a quick explanation of what compression is? So Hunter, essentially, for every time you double power, you are expected to calculate 3 dB of gain. If you don't get 3 dBA gain, then you start to run into compression essentially, and that's adjust the cam just a tad. Just which cam? This guy right here. So Andy says compression is the air pressure in the front and back side of the cone.
It's dropping temp pretty quickly. Hi, Brandon. Glad you made it.
You just tuned in to when we're about to send this poor sub to the moon and back. The ability to overcome air compression is largely determined by the motor force and the sub's ability to keep the travel linear. What's going on, Lewis?
Very scientific, Andy.
Very scientific. Let her eat. We're going to let the temp drop down to about 80 degrees, and then we're going to let her eat, if you know what I can tell it's at the top of the windings for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's why we keep the power on it just the way that the basket is, Mr. Nilo. It doesn't allow you to aim in on it, you know, a little bit lower, you know, it's just ain't having it.
Hey, Marshall. Glad you made it.
So.
Oh, you want to reset it? We're almost there.
Should we send like 20,000 to it or what?
Yeah.
Should we not? Should we?
You know, usually I'm the one that's like, yeah, send it, and I've changed. That's
Mr. Andy said, I don't think you should moon base a sub on 4 amps, but if you do, yeah, I feel you, Andy. That's gonna hurt if something goes. But I mean, honestly, the sub's still there, still kicking. And he says 24,692. Poor Jess is scarred for life. MSRP on this guy is $599 that you can find it from that's skyhighcaraudio.com. Squirrel. Mr. Jeremiah says, so does Nilo does temp sensors. Does anyone know when someone will have an amplifier output monitor module available outside of clamping on the TermLab or SMD unit? Are you talking about more so like power wise? But if we're going to send all the power, we should do less hertz, like 60.6. That would be more hertz, Andy. Do you want me to go up on the frequency? Because right now you said to go down.
60.0000. So 60.6 would be up.
It would be up a lot. Yes, to monitor power output. I mean, less excursion. So LF Audio, Mr. Jeremiah, is coming out with one that is going to have all that in the equation. It's going to have temp. It's going to have real-time power, amperage, voltage, I believe. Play 18 hertz. That is definitely going to unload at that point. Mr. Lewis. Peep the watt meter set to ship at the end of January. The cheap $60 pre-orders might have ended. We played 20 already and it unloaded. Okay, that's what we need. It's definitely going to be cool when the folks at LF Audio come out with it. Said I did it for you. Yeah, you did. So which series line do you have, Lewis? Do you have the M series or do you have the H series? I forget. Mr. Jeremiah says, oh, snaps. All right, so we're about 80 degrees. And I think we're about ready to send it. So what do you want, Andy? You want to go 0.1 below, or you want to go 0.2 above, or what do you want to be at? Speak now or forever hold your peace, Andy, because we're about to send 20K to this poor sub. If you're going to go to the moon, above. All right. So do you want me to go to track 14? So track 14 is 60.3 hertz. You get what you pay for, play it. We're collaborating with LF 2024 will be a great year for tech. All right, so we're doing 60.3 hertz. We're going to turn it up to volume 53. We just might get up to 20,000 watts. We'll go ahead and reset the meter. And here we go.
Wow. That thing's still alive.
It's still alive.
I'm telling you, the Trinity is like the sub that never dies.
The Trinity line, I think, and I could be wrong, but this sucker it has a little bit looser gap, but it's the demo. So
Yeah,
I think
I would definitely use Trinities in a demo build. Like they just don't go. They don't die.
Smack it with 60.1 with all the ass. I don't know if I want to give it all the ass, Andy. What do you think?
What was the O-scope doing?
I don't know. I didn't look at the O-scope. Was the O-scope clean, guys? Did anybody see it? Did it look like it was dirty? .5 the ass.
It was clean.
Right on. We appreciate that, Kevin. Cleaner than a whistle. So we're letting the temp come down just here. And we're going to be doing so far so good. John.
Squirrel.
So far so good. Squirrel. Squirrel.
I'm going to get a little squirrel to just run around the screen right here.
Oh, you better not.
Because you be saying something, stop mid-sentence, and jump into a whole nother
question.
question.
Don't judge me and what I think I can try to do. Wait, 4 watts, it's cool faster. All right. So that is about 4 watts. Squirrel. All right, so we're going to, I think we should try track.
How is this sub still alive? That's what I'm saying. I don't
See, a lot of people, I think, I might upset some feelings with this, but a lot of people think that you have to be in the first spot for a sub to be, worth at least the price tag to it. And I think this sub and at least the H series kind of is a testament to that. Just Trinity wise, the brand Trinity and the H series and the N series. I mean, they're solid subs. And they've taken a beating over and over. The last one is still perfectly fine sitting on the shelf over there.
I think it just kind of depends. Like if you're okay, like let's say we're building a Delilah, pure SPL. Okay, then I care how much I can get for the price. Definitely, 100%. How much power can it put out? All the good stuff. But if you're doing a demo build,
I mean, and some people, don't get me wrong. I mean, some people have been able to demo the U, and it sounds good. We're not taking nothing away from number 1 or number 2. But just in specific to this driver and the H series, they've taken a beating. We've seen it in Lewis's build. We've seen it in a lot of Trinity Audio builds that they have just taken a beating and they keep going. Like,
just keep going.
If you look at the voice call temp, it's steady dropping. What was that, 190 degrees a second ago? Maybe, maybe not, Eli. Maybe, maybe not. But I know one thing that this sub isn't gonna do. Hopefully, knock on plexiglass. Is take out 2 amps because that was definitely expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Nilo said 200 degrees plus. Need to try a Savard sub. I've never heard of that brand. Have you heard of that one?
Which one?
Savard?
Savard.
What kind of brand is that, Mr. Michael Martinez? Eli is about some scar. Well, if he wants to, he can get this DDX. That is an amp killer. Old school brand that came back. Right on, Shane. Savard is an SQ sub. Oh, wow. Try out the Def Bond sub. Soon enough, Kyle. Soon enough, we'll have that Def Bonds in there.
So you're going to go higher this time or what?
No, he said go back to 60.1.
60.1?
Eagle says it's a cookie cutter brand. So we got a fancy sub coming from Mr. Eagle as well with EN Audio. I've seen a couple of pictures. I don't know if I've shown you, but it's a gorgeous sub. It is a gorgeous sub. Mr. Shane says, what amps are you using? So we're currently using, what are we using? 2 DD Audio. No, we're using 4 DD Audio. 12 case. Easy killer. Funky Pup will implode the windshield. Hopefully not. That's 4 inches thick.
Oh, there is an overseas sub coming, no?
Yeah, straight from I don't know where it's come from. But it has to go through customs, so I want to say it's coming from Germany, the Netherlands.
Somewhere overseas.
I think it's coming from the Netherlands. Could be wrong. I'm breaking up. We haven't changed anything. But you need to make an 18. What do you mean by that, Mr. Eagle? American Bass King, 40,000 watts.
Denmark, V2 Audio? I don't think so.
Sounds fine to me. Custom coils. Custom coils for that DDX. Maybe, maybe not. So we are slowly dropping down to about 91 degrees. Once we get to about 80, we will get ready to shoot the last burp. Didn't you just say you talk about the DB later? The Def Bonds? Yeah, but it's going to be later on during the week. It's likely going to be next week.
All right, let me reset the meter.
Hit it at, don't worry. Hit it at what? What do you want me to hit it at, Mr. Andy? Send it. All right. The man has spoken. For volume 53, we're going to send it. So that is 60.1, Mr. Andy. Temp is up to about 250 degrees on the top of the coil. And I think the sub is about tapped out. Any more DD subs being sent?
Oh, scope was clean.
That coil ain't scared of you though. I mean, if I went a little bit more, it might be Andy. It just might be. Looks like
kill
I
it, but
gotta
don't
turn.
push him.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I ain't trying to take out no subwoofers. Coil should be good to about 450. It did gain though. How much did it gain? 0.4?
I don't know, it's 74.
0.4 for 5K. Too bad no one has an R&D audio super heavyweight. I've heard a lot of things. Is that the sub that has like a super tight, like a tight coil? Let's get it to 100 degrees and whack it again. Bet you she finds that 75. He wants me to go up 0.1 or 0.1 hertz. We could probably do that, Andy. Maybe. Where you want to go? You want to do up a track and then we'll do another little whack?
Sure. If anything happens, Andy, you know I'm gonna be in your DMs.
So Shane, that one was track 12, which is 60.1 hertz. The track before that was 60.3 hertz. And then now we're going to be going to 60.2 hertz. Yeah, that's kind of what we figured. Taylor?
Yep.
That's kind of how we figured. Rusty says turn it up. Whack it at 100. Go to 60 flat. Mr. Andy wants to see 60.2. 60 flat. Do it. We got to let the coil cool down just a tickle. If it gains from 100 degrees. No, but what track you want me to play? You want to play 60.00 or do you want me to play 60.3? At 22K though. This coil is fine-ish, to be honest. Yeah, it hasn't gone over 300. I think I've seen 220 at the top of the coil, so the center is probably about 300. Play it where the van is happy. This is about where the van is happy at. So it varies from 60, 60.1, 60.2, depending on where we at. I mean, we can go up though. You know, it's up to you guys. We wouldn't know because we wouldn't be able to understand him. Much louder. So let it sing the song. I mean, we could try 60.00 and see what it do. Let's see what the coil can take. I'd rather not take it to failure, Chad. That would be ideal. So we're going to let the coil cool down just a tickle. We'll try track 60.00 and see where we end up here once we hit about 100 degrees. We're in Dan Current. He's probably sleeping by now. Kind of a late show, so let's see. This coil's happy, the thermal's good. That's a fact. I'm thinking it taps out at a 78. I don't think we're going to get that high, Mr. Joshua. Not on the West Coast. Still early here. That is true, Rusty. Was it about 6:21 where you're at? With 30 seconds? Yeah, Shane says he's fixing all the amps if we got 500 viewers last time. So we solid. For sure. Can't even touch a DDX. Yeah, but the DDX was kind of taking amps out, so I will definitely take this over that.
It's cold in here.
It is cold in here. It's like 60 degrees, probably even lower than that. I will be right back.
Yes, he did, Andy. Yes, he did.
And we're live. All right.
Jesus, got all your bottles.
Yeah, 31 mile. At that much power, I think getting tense at this point won't be easy. You're not wrong, Mr. Rusty. You ain't wrong. So we're about 100 degrees. What?
I hope you washed your hands. Me too. Me too.
And if not, don't touch the bass knob.
Bleh.
What? That's it gone. All right. So we're doing what, 60.00000?
Is that what we're doing? 60.00000.
60.00. And here we go.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. There we go.
Here we did not like that. So the temp is steady climbing on that unit. 96, 60.1.
Oh, God, Andy. 60.1. 60.2.
Well, now we gotta wait for the temp to drop. That's gonna happen. A little bit. Hell yeah. So I guess we have, quite a bit of power on tap when it's four amps. Sorry if you want to sleep. You can. I'm good. I don't know. We might have to throw a little box in Jessica's Subi.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
this up
Oh,
before we send it back.
See what it does?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. How do you say his name?
Joby?
Joby. So here's a real time of the boot nanny and the whatchamacallits. So it's still doing about so yeah, it's still live. I'll gladly design a ported box for you. We already got some ideas. Is it alive? Yes, it is. With 60 flat, it was louder on less. Nice. 0.2 down, 3K less, Mr. Craig Ball says. Two M series. I'm seriously consider trying the H's. The H's are solid as well. So they are 4-inch coils. And I think on the same power they got in this specific build, 4 dB louder.
Yeah.
Mr. Sean says my Dirt 2 demos build is going to be 6Hs. What size? Was this done or waiting? I think we're about done, Mr. Andrew. Oh, and DJ might pick up the DDX from you. Just trying to find some local now, I reckon. Honestly, Eli, if you pay for shipping, we still have the original box. It will be maybe what, $60, $80? I don't know. Whatever the exact shipping is, or you can send me a label and the sub is yours for free.
Which
Which is the DDX. So we're just waiting for the temp to go down. We're just waiting for the temp to drop so we don't bubble the former. And without further ado, like I said, if you guys are in Las Vegas, Nevada, Saturday, we're gonna have an open live test session. It's gonna be near the New Orleans, if you know where that is. I think we're shooting for about what, 12 o'clock test time?
Yeah.
So about a 12 o'clock test time. The sub comes in tomorrow. So you'll start seeing pictures of that maybe Wednesday-ish, give or take. We might be testing a JSS too during that weekend. No tape for the surround? No, Andy, no tape for the surround. Where's the temp pro for the sub? It is on the top of the windings, Mr. Brandon. So yeah, like I said, there's going to be a live interaction. We're going to have pizza. We're going to have beer. We're going to have wings. If anybody wants to show up, cool. And if nobody wants to show up, then we're going to have a lot of pizza and wings and beer. Can't forget the beer. So I'd like to see a SA Classic in there to compare it to the DDX. So apparently we have the version. Jacob explained it, and I have no idea which version we got. New Orleans? Yeah, the New Orleans casino, Nick.
Here in Vegas.
Here in Vegas. Send 25K to it and call it a night. Laser or probe. So it is a IR sensor that this unit got. And he says 599 MSRP on a 3-inch coil for all the X-Max and the lows. It's a laser, Mr. Nilo Media says. Send it to the moon. It's on 4 amps. I would rather not send it to the moon. If it's not gaining right now, I don't think it'll gain on another 5,000 watts. But we appreciate every single one of you guys joining us, sending stars, and just chopping it up in the chat. With that being said, we go ahead and sign it out.